Isn't life so amazing? Sometimes.
How to remember vocabulary? Yes, dear friends, remembering vocabulary is the difficult task because we need words to speak, and to speak, we need words from vocabulary. So, to speak fluently in English, we need vocabulary. I am going to teach you how you can remember that vocabulary. One of the biggest and most important things about learning a language or just talking is remembering vocabulary. Yes, dear friends, you might have new vocabulary that you have never heard before, but what happens? You would forget that vocabulary, whichever you heard it, right? So, most important thing is you should remember that vocabulary. And the very first rule when you are trying to learn a new language, maybe English or any other language, the most important thing you should do is the basic thing. A lot of people ask me, Rani, how can I learn English? I am a beginner and I need to remember vocabulary. I want to learn English. The best way of learning English is to learn vocabulary. Yes, dear friends, basic vocabulary is most important, and then you can go for grammar. But today's session, we are going to learn how to remember vocabulary. Dear friends, the number one rule to remember vocabulary is repeat, repeat, and repeat. Yes, dear friends, the only way that I can remember new vocabulary because I am a visual learner, which means I must see things to remember them. I have to write it down new words because there are different types of learning, maybe a visual learner or audio learner. What I used to do, as soon as I write down the new words, for some reason, my brain remembers. You can be an audio learner because everyone has a different way of learning. You can hear the audio and you can learn. That means you learn by hearing. If you are an audio learner, you are a lucky person because you will have a good vocabulary, good languages, because you hear accent and you try to learn that. Since I am more of visual learner, that means if I get new word or if someone tells me new words, what I used to do, I would write it down to remember it. The word which is written down would be visualized again and again, repeatedly. That means repeat, repeat, and repeat. So every time I would look at whatever the word I have written and I would repeat it. Not physically, consciously trying to learn it, whereas automatically it recalls in my mind. We call it subconscious mind. I am subconsciously learning the symbol or whatever I have written because I am seeing it every day, right? So you need to see that, visualize that if you are a visual learner. If you are an audio learner, you can again and again repeat to listen that. So sometimes maybe 3 times a day, 4 times a day, whenever you get that opportunity to see that whatever you are written down, then your mind will recall that. Eventually, you will understand that and you would get it whenever it is required. Another really good technique is a poster. That is second technique, poster or a sticky note. You stick it somewhere where you see every day or every time. There can be a big paper or a board or any notice board like that, or wherever you are sitting, you are doing work or having your food, a place where you use most of the time. You can have a poster there or you can have a sticky note there. Like that way, you can start learning. When I started to learn English, I'm even still doing that. I would use the same technique. I would take sticky notes and I would stick them on the particular things. If I want to learn some things in the kitchen or some words, ingredients, I would stick that sticky note. I would mention that name and I would stick it to that box. Yes, dear friends, like that what happens? Usually when you see that again and again repeatedly, you would remember that word and you would learn that word and it would become familiar to you. You can do it for any word or any number of words, right? Any word which is difficult for you to remember, you need to write it down. So if you see the word or a group of words difficult for you, you need to write it down and you need to visualize it again and again so that you can repeat it and you can repeat and repeat. Yes, dear friends, very important thing is to remember vocabulary. You cannot do 100 words a day. I would limit it to 4 to 5 words, or if you are in advanced stage, you can even take 10 new words for a day. So I would go for 3 to 4, or if you are even advanced, more than 10 also you can do that, but you no need to go for more than 15 for a day, right? But it's important to repeat and repeat. So in a week, 10 times or 10 words, so maybe 70 to 100 words you can learn it in 1 month. But if you don't repeat, definitely you will forget and you will lose those words. Dear friends, because I am a visual learner, I also like to draw. You can draw those things. Suppose if you want to learn something, if it is donkey, you can draw donkey. If it is posted somewhere, you would remember that. That is also a one way of learning or remembering the vocabulary. You can draw it and you can stick it, you can post it, right? So if you are good at computers, even you can do it using graphics. So in that way too, you can remember those words by seeing the pictures. So you can say it's a picture of donkey. So you will remember that word donkey. You can make some notes on that. You can write that I don't like donkey or I like donkey, like this. Some sentences, using some sentences also, you can remember vocabulary. Donkey is very bad, something like that. As long as you make the sentence and you repeat the words, the particular word, it will fix in your mind. The word will fix in your mind, right? And the last trick, it's very funny. This is of my favorite. Maybe you can use your native language to remember the vocabulary. That means some words might be similar to your native language words, right? A very good example of this is a word called Bimbo. Bimbo, Bimbo. So Bimbo is the word in English. The meaning of this word is an attractive but stupid young woman. A lady who is not intelligent but she is attractive. Whereas in Japanese, Bimbo means broke. It means you have no money. you are very poor. Like this, you could resonate with similar words, those of your native language. I hear a word sounds like an English word. It helps me to remember the word more, right? I want you to try this. Think of a language or any of your native language words and try to resonate it with your English words. Okay? Even if some words could be, a pronunciation could be similar or it could be, meaning could be similar. So it could also happen from your native language. You can learn from even another language, right? The meaning might even be the same if you are lucky. Okay, so try it. Try to use similar words or similar pronunciating word. You can use it. If you need more help to remember these words, vocabulary, you can definitely get into my website, as well as you can definitely get into my online English speaking course. You can have the training live, and you can also clear your doubts if you have anything on the live sessions. Okay, dear friends, try to apply this in your practical. Main thing is you should repeat and try to remember that. All right, that's all for today. This is Trinity Sosa, an author and India's first authority building mentor. See you in the next video.
Isn't life so amazing? Sometimes it can get crazy, but hey, that's okay. We've got another day to make mistakes and say sorry. There's no sense in our worry, 'cause all we can do